This is a very interesting article about how we can optimize our Databricks LLM pipelines with DSPy, which is a library for compiling declarative language model calls into self-improving pipelines. So what it does, it mainly tries to improve the pipelines by itself. Stay with me. So as an example, when you are hitting ChatGPT with a prompt, you may think that you give a query and you get an answer back, but behind the scenes, many different things can be kicked off, right?
Yeah.
It may go and check a website, it may go and get some data from...
So we're talking about agents here?
Yes.
Okay.
Imagine that if you have multiple steps into an LLM project, then you have to have multiple prompts, right? Every time you hit the model with a query, you have to have and go declare different prompts. And these prompts, if you think of your code, you literally hard code them and you have to tune them and optimize them one by one separately, right? As a different module.
As in, like, summarize, then look at the sentiment,
Exactly.
etc. Every time you have a prompt, maybe even a different LLM.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you have
makes
to
sense.
take it, tune it, do the prompt engineering for each one is in isolation. And then if something doesn't work, then you have to go tune both of them again, right?
Okay.
So
I'm following.
Okay. So what we're trying to do here is not do this manually and allow the process to tune it for you and tune it for, choose the right tool for your process without you manually declaring it and defining.
So you just declare what you want to achieve and then it sort of selects the best
right
tool
Bravo.
in order to do the summarization.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you give it a prompt. And you say here in this case, let's say respond only with JSON, blah, blah, blah. You give it the LLM, of course, always we need an LLM. And then we initialize the agent. We say, this is the name of the agent, this is the LLM, and this is the prompt. This is very simple now, but let's try to understand a little bit more the signatures that you can create. So you can create these signatures that can be anything you want, to be honest.
Signature, they say here, it's a customized single LLM call in the pipeline.
Okay, yes, good. Okay.
That's good to know.
Nice. So we create a new signature called tool of choice. And here you go and literally you say to your agent, these are all the options you have in terms of tools. What is it? It can be your index, the vector store index, access to some APIs. Think of any APIs that you can give access to, right, in your business. Like it can be an online table, it can be a vector store, it can be go to this page, it can be, I don't know, anything. Go get some data from a different team that they have released through an API and etc. And then you give the query and you return mainly the selected tool out of these tools. And this is one signature, which is the tool of choice to answer this specific query. And then you generate the answer where you get the context, the question, and the answer. This is very similar to what we've seen so far.
So it chooses the tool for you.
Yeah. So let's see in a more concrete example where what happens is this is your class, you put everything into a class and you wrap everything together mainly. So you get again the query, you generate a query basically. So your user gives you something and you generate a query out of it. You have to just transform it. You have the choice of tool variable that generate the answer and the available tools to you. In this case, think of this as an index with all the payroll facts. Yeah, right. And any irrelevant content that you don't know, and you can keep asking more stuff from the bot, let's say. And you define the functions. This is the function for the relevant content, and this is the function that actually takes the question and does something. So okay. So this takes a question and then instantiates the OpenAI, and this is your retriever, and this is your empty context, and you say, okay, generate my query given the context and the question.
And given the tool that you've chosen.
Bravo. And given now your tool of choice, you don't know it yet. You say, given the choice of tools I have, and this is the list of tools, and given this query, return me the choice I need. Okay, so, and then here, if you say if the choice of tool is the relevant content, then you just ask something else. If there is the index, the vector store index, that is the other choice mainly we have, then what it does, it embeds, of course, first embeds the query, then goes and retrieves from the documents the relevant
data,
and then it just generates the answer based on the specific
so it's
text.
if-else statement.
Yes.
As simple. Okay.
Right.
That's simple.
The thing now is that, for example, now it can automatically go and choose the right tools for you, right? It knows where to go and find the answers for your question. And in order to deploy this agent, as in Databricks, as of now, what we would do is we would wrap it into a Python function. So as this function is as is, I will go and add the predict function that we need, so that every time we call the model, it knows how to go and predict. And just this itself goes and kicks the run function to pass to create the answer mainly.
Yeah.
And that will log with MLflow. And as you can imagine, then we serve it as an endpoint.